Kiss of the Oni Blade Episode 2. Whisper of the Past. The past bleeds whispers only the cursed can hear. The wind sighs through the skeletal fingers of the dying tree, a mournful requiem for the lost leaves that drift lazily to the ground below. Beneath its shade, curled tight into a ball, sleeps Riku. His breath hitches in his chest, racked with shuddering sobs as if tormented by a nightmare. Then, he stirs, eyes snapping open to the swirling gray mists of dawn. A low rumble of thunder rolls across the bruised October sky, mimicking the turmoil in his heart. Beads of sweat mingle with rainwater tracing paths down his dirt-smeared face. He gasps, scrambling back from the edge of the precipice. Something stirs within the hollows of his soul, stirring the embers of the past into a blaze. Memories flash before his eyes like lightning in a storm-tossed sky. Warm sunlight dapples the lush green fields of his village nestled between rolling hills. Laughter spills from the open doors of homes, mingling with the scent of wood smoke and freshly tilled earth. A young Riku, no older than 12 summers, skips through the market square, clutching his mother's hand, her gentle smile mirroring the sunshine in her eyes. Beside them, his father beams down at his small son, ruffling his hair with a calloused hand. And there, standing just beyond the market square, framed by the brilliant blue of the summer sky, is his best friend, Mika. She waves at him, her cascading yellow hair shimmering like spun gold in the sun. He waves back, his smile wide and carefree. For Riku, life was good. Days were spent playing with Mika by the sparkling stream or helping his father in the fields. Evenings were filled with the comforting routine of tending their family's small plot of vegetables, preparing meals and listening to his parents' tales of days gone by. In the quiet sanctuary of his home, tucked between his parents' loving embrace, Riku felt whole, peaceful, warm, human. Then one night, everything changes. A guttural cry pierces the quiet night, jolting Riku awake. Peeking out the window, he sees shadowy figures bearing down on his village, torches held high, illuminating cruel smiles and wicked glee in their eyes. Bandits, his father growls, already laced in armor, sword gripped tight in his calloused hand. Fear clenches at Riku's heart, but his parents' resolute faces, etched with determination, steady his racing pulse. They will protect him. He believes that with all his being. He watches, horrified, as the bandits set fire to their homes. The flickering flames dancing grotesquely against the backdrop of terrified villagers, fighting for their lives. Amidst the chaos, he spots his older brother, Taro, shielding younger villagers with his own body. But even Taro cannot escape the onslaught. A bandit slashes across his chest, the cruel smile still on his face as he crumples to the ground, blood blossoming on his armor. In that instant, something inside Riku snaps. Desperation fuels his flight as he flees to the safety of the dark woods. The bandit's hot on his heels. Branches whip at his face. Thorns tear at his clothes. But he does not dare slow down. Not when he can hear the thud of heavy footsteps behind him, the guttural shouts echoing through the trees. His lungs burn, legs scream in protest, and the forest seems to swallow him whole. Just when his vision blurs and his knees threaten to buckle beneath him, he spots a clearing ahead. With a final burst of adrenaline, he lunges forward, stumbling into the sanctuary of a moss-draped shrine. It stands bathed in an eerie, otherworldly glow, the air around it shimmering with a malevolent energy that sends shivers down his spine. The shrine is ancient, its once vibrant colors now faded with age, its surface marred by countless carvings of snarling demons. At its heart, impaled in a blood-stained shrine stone, is a katana. Its blade is a thing of nightmares, pulsing with a deep red mist that writhes and twists like tormented souls. With a jolt, Riku pulls back, his heart pounding in his chest. Voices break through his thoughts, harsh and grating. The bandits have found him. Hope flickers, then fades. Trapped, injured, hunted. What chance does he have? He turns to flee, but his legs give way beneath him. Collapse is a welcome release. As darkness closes in, he hears the sound of approaching footsteps, their heavy tread echoing in his ears. The forest falls silent, save for the pounding of his own heart. He braces for the end, certain that this is where his story ends. But the blow he expects never comes. Instead, he hears the rustle of leaves, the snap of a twig, and then silence again. Has he imagined their presence? Had his exhaustion finally overwhelmed his senses? Or are they still out there waiting? Something gurgles in his throat, a desperate plea for help that finds no voice. Tears well up, blurring his vision, streaking grime and sweat down his face. Is this how it ends? Here, beneath the shroud of an ancient, forgotten shrine, alone, afraid, utterly human. The question hangs in the heavy silence, unanswered, as the weight of his fate presses down upon him, threatening to crush him. Will Riku find salvation in the darkness, or succumb to the despair that threatens to engulf him? Only time will tell. A low growl rumbles in his chest, echoing the turmoil in his heart. Hope flickers, then fades. As the realization of his dire straits washes over him, Riku struggles to his feet, his legs shaky and uncooperative. Ignoring the protests of his battered body, he stumbles towards the shrine, his eyes fixed on the malevolent katana. There must be some way to defend himself, some way to fight back against the darkness that seems determined to consume him. The sword calls to him, its voice a subtle whisper in the recesses of his mind, promising power, vengeance, salvation. But with that promise comes a chilling caveat, a cost that chills him to the bone. Drawn by unseen forces, Riku steps closer, mesmerized by the sword's sinister allure. He reaches out, his fingertips brushing against the cold steel. In that instant, a jolt of energy courses through him, visions flashing through his mind. Men clad in black leather and iron, their faces contorted in rage. A small group of villagers cornered, their weapons dulled by disuse, their eyes wide with terror. And above it all, the maniacal laughter of the Oni. With a deep breath, Riku steels himself and reaches out, his fingers closing around the hilt. In that instant, a searing pain explodes within him, coursing through his veins like a wildfire. Visions flash before his eyes, a kaleidoscope of pain, anguish and bloodlust. The sword, the Oni blade, has bound itself to his soul. It senses the depths of his despair, the overwhelming thirst for revenge that simmers within him. And in that moment, Riku knows he is not the same. Something primal, something dark, stirs within him, awakened by the touch of the cursed blade. The bandits close in, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. Their leader, a hulking brute with a cruel scar slashing across his face, raises his weapon high. Well met, little prey, he roars, his voice echoing with sadistic mirth. You run well, little wolf pup, but your journey ends here. He lunges, his blade a silver arc in the dim light. But Riku is no longer the cowering boy who fled into the forest. The Oni blade thrums with power in his hands, guiding his movements with an eerie precision. In a fluid motion born of instinct and newfound power, Riku parries, his blade singing through the air. The bandit stumbles back, surprise momentarily etched on his face. But before he can recover, Riku presses his attack, his movements swift and deadly. Each strike of the Oni blade echoes with a guttural roar, as if the sword itself hungers for blood. The clearing becomes a whirlwind of steel as Riku dances through the ranks of his attackers, his blade a blur of lethal grace. With every strike, the Oni blade pulsates, oozing blood and emanating a thick crimson aura that stains the very air. The bandits fall, one by one, their life essence fueling the sword's insatiable hunger. And as the last bandit collapses, his life draining out of him, Riku stands trembling, soaked in blood and rain, the Oni blade still clutched tightly in his hand. It hums with life, its curse fully awakened, its power surging through Riku's veins, forever binding them together. The forest is silent now, save for the whispering leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. The clearing is a tableau of death, the fallen bandits stark reminders of the carnage that has unfolded. Riku stands amidst the carnage, the living embodiment of vengeance, the Oni blade thrumming in his hand, its dark power coursing through his veins. He is no longer the innocent boy who fled the wrath of the bandits. In the crucible of battle, he has been forged anew, tempered in blood and fire. Riku is now a vessel of righteous fury, a warrior born of necessity, a protector forged in the fires of tragedy. As the first rays of dawn pierce through the canopy, bathing the clearing in a soft ethereal light, Riku sheathes the Oni blade, its malevolent presence a constant hum beneath his skin. He is one with the blade now, its power coursing through his veins, its destiny intertwined with his own. He looks down at the blood-soaked blade, a grim smile touching his lips. "So it begins," he murmurs, his voice hoarse with emotion. "My story, our story, the tale of the Oni blade and its wielder." Thanks for watching. Like and sub, if you dare.